Hello and welcome to Spooky Storytime. This story is from a user on Reddit called pirateofmemes, and the story is called There is Talk of a Bridal Skeleton Haunting My Village, and she wanted me to be her groom.
Prologue. There is an old Welsh myth about a doomed couple in an old village not too far from my hometown. Every time someone got married, the bride hid, and the groom had to find her before the marriage could commence. But once, at the marriage of a local rich man's son and the baker's daughter, the groom could not find the bride. For 5 years he searched, and eventually it broke him. He committed suicide. That very same night, a lightning strike hit the biggest tree in the village. Inside was the skeleton of his bride. Growing up, I'd always thought the story of the hidden bride was a myth, but my uncle never agreed. He insisted that her skeletal form still floats through the air after dark, chasing him. Since he was the only person to ever claim this, and he had more alcohol in his blood than sense, he was seen as a madman. Then he disappeared. They never found his body, but they found his blood. I found his blood. I had been trick-or-treating with my friends on Halloween night. My uncle had disappeared only days before, and I was doing it to take my mind off it all. We had made the usual rounds past the post office, up through the richer district, and we were taking a shortcut past the village clubs to the church, the only well-disputed source of full-sized Snickers. But something caught my eye, and with every bone in my body I wish it hadn't. There was a trail in the grass. It looked as if a disemboweled snake had dragged itself to the cups, but his blood smelled strong of Lancaster beer, Uncle's favorite. My friends decided to run to the church and get help, but I chose to follow the trail. It took me into the copse, and that's where it started. The laughing. It was a joyful laughter, like one that might come from a couple playing on their wedding day. But only one voice laughed, and his laugh was distorted, scratchy like Granddad's old record player, and faster than it's natural. Moving, always moving. I would run to where I heard it, and all of a sudden it was over the road, or under the bridge. I just ran over, or, in this case, from just behind the tree my uncle's blood ran out at. In that moment, I ran to the church. I regret it, for I feel that night in the copse was my only chance to stop what was now in motion. Every time I was out after dark, the laughing haunted me. I started seeing things too. Things I didn't want to be real. A floating silhouette, clad in dress and veil. Soon, it was more than a silhouette. A gray face made of rotted bones staring me down. Her cheekbones were high, and what remained of her other features gaunt. I saw her form clinging to my window every night, bashing it, but her broken fingers could not break through. The doctors blamed it on the death of my uncle. They said I was hallucinating the same as him, because that's what I thought killed him, and my parents believed them. I believed them, until the bride finally got me. I was walking in the copse, heading to the spot my uncle's blood ran out, where I had placed a makeshift memorial for him. The skeletal bride descended upon me. She flew down from the highest tree, scaring the birds as she went. Her cold hands clasped around me, digging into my skull. I felt them wriggling in my skull like maggots. Suddenly, I had no more force to fight back. I fell unconscious, and my last sight was the ground hurtling towards me at an alarming rate. When I came back to my senses, the first thing I felt were the tight walls that confined me. I was stuck in a circular cell, cold wood surrounding me. Then the hands. They grew from the wood and wrapped around me. Freezing, skeletal fingers clasped my arms and legs. A hand grasped my jaw, pulling it open. I saw a human spine slither up from the base of the tree. It curled backwards like a snake about to bite, then jabbed itself into my mouth. I bit down hard. The hands clasped tighter, then retreated back into the woodwork. The spine fell backwards, defeated. I threw my body at the wood walls of my container, breaking them faster than I expected. I fell forwards onto the ground and looked back where I came to see a gaping hole in a massive oak. In that moment, I knew no one would believe me.
Thank you so much for watching this first spooky story time, and thank you again to Pirate of Memes for letting me use your story. I really appreciate it, and I really loved your story. So thank you so much. And if you like this video and want me to do more of these, then like, subscribe, comment, and all that. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you.